Hello, what a fucking rigmarole that was. All I've wanted to do is come home today, it's Friday, obviously, have a beer, have a sit down, play some games and waffle at you. And I've just come back to the biggest shit in the bath I've ever seen in my life. Cheers. So yeah, Eddie likes to defecate in our bath. Now, normally he's sat up there now looking a bit, what? That's what cats do, isn't it? Apparently it's quite normal behaviour for your cat to shit in your bath. So our bathroom's really tiny, it's tiny little houses. Our bathroom's really tiny and the toilet the bath's like against the back wall and the toilet's sort of here, the window's here. The toilet sort of here. So in the morning, he comes thundering in from wherever he is. It's either outside or somewhere else. He comes thundering in and he must be in the bathroom with me. It's a thing. We've got an ablution bromance going on. If I shut the door, it just rips the fucking carpet up at the top of the stairs. It rips it to shreds. Excuse me, windies. Rips it to shreds trying to get in at me. So I have to wait for him, let him in, and then he basically just sits on the floor in front of me watching me. What you do? What you doing? Are you pooing? Yes, I'm having a dump. Thank you, mate. And but just recently, we have put a cat litter tray in there, just for obviously for him to use. But he'll do it at the side of it. It's a real territory thing. I think that's what he's doing. He's marking his territory. To be quite honest, a bit of bleach, some toilet paper, a bit of bleach, and it's gone anyway. So it's not like he's shitting on the carpet. That would be, a whole new ball game, wouldn't it? How are you doing anyway? Have you cleaned any shit up today? But it must have been as long as him. It was massive. I'm telling you, one of them was like that. It was like 4, and one was like that. You have to stop feeding him. He's such a hefty beast. Anyway, that being said, back with another video. Hello. I'm in my work clothes, literally just got in. So I'm still in my work clothes. I didn't even have, I could be arsed, to be honest. I just wanted to, sit down. So, it's coming, I'll probably upload this after I've been away. So yeah, I'm about to go on holiday. So, going to be away for a couple of weeks, 12 days. Which has been really hard to wait for this year. Man, has it been a fucking long slog to wait for it. It's 18 months since we last went away, and wow, it's been a long time coming, this. Especially, say, my holidays go from January to January, so to save your holidays, the main bulk of your holidays up till the end of the year is really tough. Our lass works for the NHS and has done for 40 years, so she's got holidays for fun. She gets 8 weeks plus stats. 8 weeks. When I have like a day off, she'll take a week off because she's got loads of them to have. So I get 25 days, including stats. So yeah, my days are precious. So yeah, to save them all up for the end of the year is quite something. So looking forward to that. But I shall return refreshed and revitalised with new shit to show you. Of course I will. These are fucking nightmare. And all this new modern thing of sticking cans together with this gloop stuff. So rather than having a box and okay, we're saving the planet, not enough trees. But surely, and the plastic things that we used to have, obviously, turtles get their heads stuck in them. But yeah, surely this is what Velcro was invented for. Surely we could just have Velcro that go, because getting these apart is quite a task without shaking up your beer, which I've shown in previous videos. I've opened a can and it's gone spurted all over the fucking place. Anyway, that's, Oh, sorry, Daz. Is it? Yeah. Are you worried about the glue on your can of beer? Yeah, I know. I've got. But that's all I've got to worry about. You know, catch it in the bath and whether my beer's stuck together with some glue or not. That's basically all I've got to worry about, isn't it? Which is not a lot in the great scheme of things, is it? Really. In the hunt, I just thought I'd put that on. We're going to do the PlayStation stuff that I've got back in. I've had a bit of a checkered history with the PlayStation, so I've said this before and I'll tell you again just in case you're new here, because I know there are some new subscribers. Hello! And I had a comment from a guy on the last video, just replied back to him saying he can't believe I've not got more subs than I have and I should be a bigger channel and this and other. So I had to, you know, inform him that I used to have a bigger channel, not massive, and I would never want to blow up, but there's some real torture comes with it. Because obviously there's a lot of arseholes out in the world and they like to show you theirs. So keeping it nice and small and subtle is okay for me. That, you know, a few hundred subs is just fine. I do believe I said on that last video though, I think I said it on that last video anyway, I might have told somebody else. I do believe that most people nowadays aren't subbing, and it's not because they don't want to sub to it, it's because the algorithm is feeding them what they want to watch, so they're not necessarily going to sub to something. I've been watching a channel for a long time now and just realised I wasn't subbed to them, but I'm getting, the algorithm is sending me their videos every time they upload, because obviously it's got used to me you know, watching their videos, so it's just suggesting them now. So when there's a new one, it suggests it, so you don't actually need to be subbed. You know, and this may also play into the fact that, you know, my view count's always been quite healthy. So, and a lot of channels say, you know, they show you the statistic, and only 70% of people, or 20% of people watching are subbed. You know, why aren't you subbing? I don't think it's, you know, if you sub to someone, it's because you like their content, and I think because back in the day maybe the algorithm wasn't that good at sending you things to watch. You had to sub because there was a chance you were going to miss that last person's video. But if you're new here and this is the first time you've watched this, I dare say that you'll probably get a notification of my next upload, even if you don't sub. So, sub or not, it's up to you. The fact that people are watching is good enough for me. That's all. That's it. And I've always said it'd be a damn shame if you didn't listen to what I've got to say. I kind of have anything I say as well must be taken in jest. You've got to understand that. I wield my sense of humour like a fucking sledgehammer with 6-inch nails hammered through it. It gets me into trouble lots in my life. I'll keep a straight face and say something quite arrogant, like I mean it, and yeah, it kind of gets me into a bit of trouble. As done in many occasions, but it's not. I don't. If I say anything particularly controversial or barbed or cutting, I don't really mean it. I'm, you know, just being a dick. It's my sense of humour is quite brutal at times, and if you can't hack it, fucking find something else to watch. There's tons to watch, you know. I've always said that. It's YouTube, and I think you should be you, not them, and certainly not try and be like anybody else. It's not gonna, it's not gonna stand the test of time anyway. It's not sustainable. That's the word I was reaching for. It's not sustainable. So you just be you, you know, and hopefully that's enough. You know, and there's always an audience. No matter, I used to do this back in the day. I'd encourage people, make videos. You know, even if you don't think you're particularly interesting, or you don't think you're particularly entertaining. It's not about that really. It's just about just putting yourself out there. You know, and it's I know it's a modern world. It's a modern. I'm 55 and I'm still doing this shit. You know, I really shouldn't be at my age. I should be, you know, sat in the corner. Reading a book on fly fishing or something like that, but I'm not, because I'm a child of the 80s, 70s actually, and grew up through the 80s. This shit is nostalgic to me, so that's why I show it. That's why I do these videos. You know, initially got into YouTube through collecting. You know, I was collecting Mega Drive, and YouTube was a thing. I researched Mega Drive on there, and suddenly realised there was a whole community of people. Showing this stuff and doing videos on it, and I thought, oh, I'll go at that, and then that was it. You know, a decade later, and 2 or 3 channels that I've uploaded and deleted and uploaded and deleted since. I'm still here, I'm still rattling around in the background, but yeah, it's a fun thing to do. I do enjoy it. Finding the time sometimes is difficult. I'm a bit frustrated with my editing software because I do like to put a little bit of stuff in with the edit. I like that creative process. I like the editing of the videos. But ultimately, you know, it's roaring tooth and claw. What you see is what you get. You know, I'm a Yorkshireman, so what I say I like, and I say it far too loudly. Shall I breathe in? I know, it's been one of the. I've been quite hyped. I think I'm excited for my holiday. So yeah, I'm getting a bit hyped. Now this is playing on the PS3. So I have a jailbroke PS3 here, thanks to Beeps, everyone's favourite hacker. Now this game, I've never really played this much actually in The Hunt, and this is the PS1 version, the original PlayStation version, and that's a hooky copy because I've got tons of games on disc. Gold disc, and I do like these, so I bought a couple of these. I think I got one of these, in fact it may have been this one. I got this from London Retro Market one year, and basically filled it with shooters, so all the shooters are in here and some others as well. I'm now on my second folder of hooky games, and that is one in there. So as I say, just to, it's all the Billy Big Bollock stuff that cost you a fortune. God Hand. So that's a PS2 title, God Hand, although that'll probably not work on here anymore, but I'll try it just in case. That's not particularly a Billy Big Bollocks game, but Klonoa, which we'll talk about in a minute, but I do have it on a copy, Daughter's Phantomile. So we've got Konami 80s Arcade Gallery, don't think that's particularly expensive, but I've got it in there anyway. We have got Gunner's Heaven, which is an expensive one. We've got Cotton, Fantastic Night. We've got Salamander Deluxe Pack. So some of these are PS2 and some of them are PS1. You know, Harmful Park I've shown before. We've got Radigy. Is Radigy for the PS2? Ooh, might have to try that. Gradius 5, which I've already downloaded anyway on the Gold Store, and it goes on and on and on. You know, there's Espagaluda's in there, Ibar, you know, it goes on and on. But like I say, not wanting to hemorrhage money, you know, these days, that kind of serves a purpose, you know. So that's why the jailbroke PS3 is in there. But just recent events have been because it stopped playing PS2 games for some weird reason. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I've got a slim version of the PlayStation 3 with the Gold Store, so that means I can download stuff like Dirt 3 that was running in the background on the last video. And yeah, that's really handy, you know, to sort of try games. I've also got Bayonetta downloaded in there, which I've not bought yet, so I thought I'll give it a try. But I don't want to use it like an EverDrive, if you know what I mean, because I think once you've got everything, you don't play anything. So what I've got it in there for is mainly to play multi-region. That was the initial reason anyway, was to play multi-region. But also to experiment with the PS3 a little bit. So what I can do is I can go to the Gold Store, download something, you know, have a bit of a play on it. If I like it, then I'll go out and buy it, you know. And there is a little PS3 collection going on in the background as well. It's a good system. I like it. Not particularly retro, but you know, it is a thing. Lollipop Chainsaw, bought that for it already, and we'll do PS3 and PS4 in a different video. That will not be a retro video games video, because as Tootie says, if your console's got an HDMI socket on it, it's not retro. So, you know, you heard it there first, you've heard it here last. So I got that in originally because I thought that that's going to cover 3 systems in one. So trying to keep this as compact as I can. A jailbroke PS3 will play PS1, PS2 and PS3 multi-region. That was the idea. But suddenly it stopped playing PS2. Now I could send it back to Brian, and he has asked me to do that. And I don't know if I'll do that in future Beeps, but I'm going to leave it as it is for now. And I've gone with another solution, which took fucking ages because I don't have good luck with the other systems. So what you can't see here, because it's still in the loft, I bought a chipped PS2 Slim, and I had that on the last setup over here, and that was playing PS1, PS2 copies. and it worked well for a while, but then it stopped reading discs. Now it may need a laser, I don't know. Oh, I just need to sneak something out of here as well while we're talking there, because it's relevant. It's relevant. It's a peripheral which I've just got. I've got these Kallax units. These little things are dead handy for just storing loads of cables and shit in, and you just slide in and out. They're dead handy. Yeah, so when it stopped playing PS2, I'm kind of sitting on all these discs thinking, well, if I do get the itch, you know, to play something that I've got on there, I can't play it anymore. So what am I going to do? If I just get a PS1, then obviously I can't play my PS2 stuff. So I'm going to have to get a PS2. So as I say, I got that Slim, but it stopped reading discs, so probably needs a laser. And I dare say I could try that. I mean, I cleaned the laser on it a few times and it seemed okay, but I don't know how much of a job it is to change the laser on a PS2 Slim. With everything being so small and quite compact, I figured it'd be pretty tricky. And you can pick them up pretty cheap anyway, although the chipped ones, you know, they bring about 50 quid, you know. So I thought, what am I going to do? So I knew I'd got that one, but it wasn't reading discs. And I also wanted to play, now I've got the CRT back in here, I also wanted to play some light gun games. So I'm thinking, right, I'll go back to PS2, and we'll go PS2 Fat. So I bought this. Now initially, I thought I'll just have PAL discs. I'll just stick to PAL. PAL's pretty easily collected from markets and stuff like that as well, from the retro markets. So I thought I'll go for a PAL system, and I'll you know, and I found the first one I could find that was cheap. This was how much was this now? I think I managed to get it for around 35 quid, something like that. We got 2 silver controllers with it, so I thought that's a good deal. Unfortunately, neither of those controllers work. But it seemed to work really well, and it does. This is going to get sold on because I've replaced it. Or I might just stick it in the loft as a spare. You never know. I mean, these things don't last forever, do they? But so it's a PAL, PS2 Fat. Bit of a scuff here, but apart from that, I was really happy with the condition. It's really clean, and it worked perfectly. So that's what I first stuck in here, and I started to get some games. I've got some PAL games, which I've got down here. I'll show you in a bit. Now, as I say, I started looking for a peripheral because of the CRT. Started looking for a G-Con, and this deal sort of came up, and it was again not what I was looking for, but it basically cost me what a gun on its own would cost. So there was a audiophile PS1. So I thought, well, it'd be nice to have one just for display, even. You know, there was an audiophile PS1. And a G-Con, so we got the gun. So I thought, yeah, I can start to look forward to playing Time Crisis, etc. So bought those, got those in, and I got that was a real bargain. I think I offered, again, please excuse me, these are all guesstimates because it's been a long time now. But I think it was basically 20 quid. I think they got it advertised for 30. I offered them 20. And they took it, I'm sure it was 20 quid. And I thought, oh, that's good. But there was a caveat. This was listed as not working. So basically it boots to the main screen. You get the PlayStation logo come up, and it boots to the sort of memory card screen. But then it spins a disc up but doesn't read it. So I'm thinking, well, it just needs a laser. So thinking I'd got a bit of a bargain here. So I'm thinking, well, if the gun works, that's worth 20 quid on its own. So basically this PlayStation is free. If I can rescue it, I might be able to, you know, use it or just keep it as a spare, whatever. So I bought a laser. So I bought a laser off AliExpress off eBay for a tenner from a company. Tested them working, blah de blah. And I looked at some YouTube videos, and it's literally 2 screws, a power cable and a ribbon cable, and it pops out, and you just plug another one in. He says. So bought the laser. This is actually the one that was in it previously. Bought the laser, fitted it, and I actually did a video on it as well, but I was so pissed off with it. It didn't look very good. I'd not got a very good. You couldn't really see what I was doing anyway, and it was all a little bit shonky. But it didn't actually work, so I swapped the laser out. But it's still doing the same thing. So I think that's a brand new laser in there now. But it's still doing the same thing. It's not reading discs. It's just going straight to that and then not going any further. So I think there's something more amiss with this. I don't think the laser is the issue. I say this has got a brand new one in it now. And I thought, well, what shall I do now? Well, it stands me at nothing. The gun does work, which I've managed to test on this other PlayStation 2 that I've bought. Yeah, just to have the audiophile one back, and I thought, well, it may actually, if I could stick an X station in there, you know, an SD card reader, and it might just play them from there. But it's just sat over there at the minute as a bit of a display piece, you know. It's an ornament, so we'll just keep it over there, and it'll just remind me of the fact that this was the only system that I bought on release. Got myself a PlayStation on its release. Even that, I had trouble with that. So I got one on day of release from Game. Or was it Game Station? Probably Game Station then. In Meadowhall. I got it home and it wouldn't read discs. So I took it back, and luckily they'd still got one that they swapped it me for. And yeah, I got my first PlayStation. So I don't know what's going to happen with that yet. As I say, I think it's broken. But it didn't cost me anything. Like I say, the laser were only a tenner anyway, so dare say I could basically pump that laser on again if I could be arsed. But who's arsed with that? You know, who's arsed with that? Now this did have a couple of issues as well. A little bit of a split in the cable there, so I put some electrician's tape on it again. There, don't know what's been chewing at it, but just the outer sheathing had come away. You could see the copper, so I've just wrapped some electrician's tape around it, kept my fingers crossed, and it actually works. I'm pleased with it. It does work. It's fully working. That. So as I say, that deal looked really bad, then looked okay, and then looked really bad but was okay again. So you know, you have to take these gambles, don't you? Especially me. I'm a bit of a tinkerer, and I like to. Yeah, if something's listed as it's just not, you know, not reading discs or whatever, and I have a look and I can get a laser cheap, I'm gonna have a go at doing it, you know. So that's that. So still left with no PlayStation 2 or 1 capability. No PlayStation 2 capability because this plays PlayStation 1. The thing with the PS3s is that I think they've got the hardware built into them for PS1, but they emulate PS2, and that's when things get a little bit chunky, I think. So you have to be a little bit canny. You've got to know what you're doing with them, like beeps, to get them working with them. But I thought, if it's going to be a bit unreliable, I don't want that. You know, sometimes I'll play a system for a good solid month, and then I might not play it again for another 3 or 4 months, and I want to just come back and switch it on, and it'd be okay. So. You know, I thought, well, I've had FATs in the past. They've been pretty reliable. That PS2 FAT was working well. It was doing everything I needed it to do. But I got all these discs. So I went looking for a chipped system. And chipped PS2s, PS1s you can get pretty cheap, but PS2s are around 75, 80 quid. So I found this one listed with a controller, a memory card, and looking at it, it's in really nice condition as well. There's no scuffing on it at all. It looked really nice and clean. Honest listing. Look, a good tell is the fan. I was looking in the back there, and there's hardly any dirt in there at all. It's really clean in the fan. The stickers on it are still intact, so it's not. No one's been inside it. Sorry, because someone's been inside it, it's been chipped. Everything on it looks nice. Yeah, the sticker on the sides been removed because it's been chipped. But I don't know where that came from. It was a brain fart. It's that one, isn't it? That was all okay. So I thought, well, and it was. I want to say 40 quid. I want to say 40 quid. Again, it came with a controller. You know, you'll pay 10 quid for them from CEX, won't you? Or they'll pay you 10 quid for them. I'd already got some controllers. The only thing it didn't come with was cables. It said it was fully working, not rest of it. Chuck a controller in, but there's no cables, which is fine. I mean, buying cables from Retro Gaming Cables anyway. So yeah, I bought the chipped one. So that's what I've been running since. So the chipped PlayStation 2 obviously plays all my hooky PS2 games and plays all the hooky PS1 games. So I'm kind of sorted again now, and that's been living been living here above the SNES in this corner. Now, I did have to buy another cable, which is a bit of a pisser because these aren't cheap. So retro gaming cables. I'd got an original, just a standard SCART cable from them. I'd seen these other ones on, but at that time wasn't looking for gun games. And so I bought one for the PS2, and that I have got that, and it's in there, and it's been working well. But when I got the G-Con, obviously it has this other little pluggy plug type plug. So basically, if you remember back in the day, this was a thing. So you got your G-Con. If it's handy, I'll grab it out of here, but it might be buried now. I don't need it. And there's like a little adapter cable, isn't there, that goes into basically the back of the PlayStation, and then this plugs into it as well, so it gets the video signal for when you're playing. But retro gaming cables do a SCART cable with that little socket for that already included in it. So this is the retro gaming cable, SCART cable, with the G-Con connection. So I thought, right, so I was kind of thinking, well, I could keep the original SCART cable, but then I'd have to get a G-Con 2. And I'd got this G-Con 1 with this PS1, so I was a bit of a bug up the arse that I might have to just, you know, that would really have been for nothing then if I just had to buy a G-Con 2. And I prefer the G-Con 1. I think it's a better looking gun. I think it looks better. I don't like the blue of the other one, and I think it looks a bit, I don't know, it just looks a bit toy-y. Not that they're not toys. But went on to retro gaming cables and discovered that they, in fact, it was somebody who I'll not mention this time because I gave him far too many shout outs, said to me, no, Daz, the retro gaming cables do a SCART cable with the G-Con connector on it, and that's what he'd used. So I thought, good enough recommendation for me. Went to retro gaming cables, and yeah, there you go. I was up and running. So yeah, we got the G-Con working, and the Light Gun Games work on it now. So happy days. We're all multi-regioned up. We've got all PlayStation can be played. I've not gone to PS5 yet. Got a modern TV over here and PS4 Pro. And I've not gone any further than that. The whole download only DLC fucking rigmarole just makes my piss boil when I think, you know, I just want a disc with the game on it. I don't want a disc that's a key to an online game. I think that's bullshit. I think and pay full price as well for something that you don't physically own. That's bullshit, man. It's the wool's been pulled over your eyes. It's not a good thing. You're buying fresh air. Oh, going down well, that. I think I might have to go and get another one. Jump cut. And we're back in the room. That was a bit of a faff in the background. It's gone dark. So the retro gaming cable for the PS2, FAT, which is now running this, which we'll talk about in a minute. Yeah, the bit on the end that your G-Con is plugs into is a bit wider than the hole I had drilled, so I've had to go and fucking, there's knives and bits of cardboard and fucking all sorts going on in the background. Oof, it's a matter of seconds for you, but that were, I'm going to my glasses are steaming up. The shit you have to do. But it's done now, and that's it. It's done. I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's Alien Resurrection playing on the PS3. I don't actually own that. I've got Alien Trilogy on the Saturn, but yeah, that's Alien Resurrection for the PS1. Never played that. So it's best played in the dark. So I don't know if it's better, worse, you know, on par, whatever. I think with the games here, I'm just going to start grabbing them and showing them you. The one that's really should be shown first, as it's the first PlayStation game I ever bought, and a system seller, definitely a system seller. We'd never seen the likes of this. I think, you know, we were always hunting for arcade at home, and ultimately all this killed the arcade because we got it. So we didn't go to the arcades anymore. But I think this was the first time when I saw this and I thought, that's an arcade game at home, and it's Ridge Racer. The original big box one. I always buy this, I have to have it back whenever I get this. Just realised There's the manual for this. Did it come manual-less? There's no manual in it, but there is a user's demo. I wonder if I bought this manual-less. Registered user demo number 6. Now I'm pretty certain there wasn't a demo in with this game. It was just the disc. But yeah, I wonder if if I bought that manual-less. That's not like me, especially for a game like this, which is, as I say, very important. So I'll have to, unless I've left it out somewhere. I might have left it out somewhere, but yeah, Ridge Racer, gotta have it. Again, as I said, back in the day, real game changer. It's not arcade perfect, but it's really, really close, and must have sold thousands of PlayStations, that game. That and along with a lot of the other arcade titles. But yeah, the drift mechanism in Ridge Racer, and just everything about it, the music, the voices and the commentary that's in it, everything about it, brilliant game, still good today. If I go to Arcade Club in Bury, generally hop on the Ridge Racer if it's working, the sit-down cabinet, and have a blast on it. But yeah, Ridge Racer at home, yeah. And after that, it all went tits up, and the arcades died because everything just got so much better at home. It was better than arcade at home. Years and years of wanting that, you know, needing the game. Needing it, and finally having it, you know, once we'd got them, you know, like I say, we stopped going to the arcades, didn't we? So this next one holds a close, holds a special place in my heart. Whenever I have a PlayStation, I have to buy it. I don't have to buy it because it's, you know, I've played through it, and I only ever completed it once. Now this reminds me of a time when, when my job was a motorcycle instructor. Consequently, through the summer you're working 7 days a week, but in the winter you go down to like 2 days a week. Nobody wants to train. And I had the first 2 games I'm going to show you here are basically games that I played and completed during those winters when I had nothing else to do. And this game was the first time I played a game that kind of really drew me into the storyline and the plot line, and I thought, this is like playing a movie. And it's Metal Gear Solid, and it, you know, and it's what could be said about Metal Gear Solid that's not already been said. Not a lot, because, you know, people talk about it a lot. But yeah, such a great game, a masterpiece really in entertain, not only a game, but in just in an entertainment media. It's just, it really is great, you know. It was the first time as well that I played a game where you weren't just blatting around, you weren't just shooting things, you had to think about it, and you had to be stealthy, you know. This is the first, I dare say, the first stealth based game that I played anyway. Certainly I don't know if it was the first stealth based game available, but yeah, just that dynamic of not, you know, having to think about the level and where you could sort of hide yourself and then jump out or later on, or which way you needed to go around to avoid the guards, and that the sheer panic that this game instills within you when you get seen, and there's that music playing, dun 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 dun, and you're fucking rushing around, and the screen goes red because they're after you. The guards are after you. The AI was really. Again, a game changer in this game. You know, for me personally, you may say, no, such and such came first or whatever, but they may be games that I didn't experience. But for me personally, Metal Gear Solid, such a title. Again, I didn't know about it when I first bought the PlayStation. You know, it's not an arcade game, so I wasn't aware of it. This one's in really nice minty condition as well. The manual is as crisp as those nuns' knickers, and yeah, I don't know where that came from last video, it just dropped in there, but it's going to be a catchphrase, that one, I'm certain. So both discs in there, but we've also got the compendium for it, which is the special VR missions. So within these there are VR missions. Basically you're not in the game, you're in sort of a training environment, and you're basically learning how to hide away from people and stuff like that, and how to negotiate certain tricky situations. But yeah, both together make you know, a solid purchase for the PlayStation. You've got to have them. Such a good game, Metal Gear Solid. Such a good game. I would like to experience it on the Cube, Twin Snakes, because it's a little bit better looking and all the rest of it. And I know there are HD remakes of certain titles for the PlayStation 3. But yeah, I'd like to play it on the Cube just to see what it was like on the Cube. Apparently it's a little bit different on that. But again, that's a game, a Billy Big Bollocks game that would require some head scratching to decide whether we're going to purchase it or not, you know. And this next one, for no fault of anyone's, has become one of the more sought after games for the PlayStation. Now, when I bought this, it was a very little known platformer. I think I'd read a review somewhere that said it was an half decent game, and it's a bit of a Marmite game. You either get on with these or you don't. You either like the sort of the 2D, 3D sort of perspective that goes on in it. And it's a platformer, and it's Klonoa, Door to Phantomile. Now, I had to pay a premium for that, and it's even got a crack in the case. So I think I paid a little bit. I would say I paid a premium for it, but I paid a little bit less than what it goes for because it's got that crack on it. But the problem with that is, and you might say, well, just swap the thing out. Well, that's all right, but we've got the Point Blank sticker on it. And that is what was on my original copy back in the day. So I'm loath to change it. I mean, at a distance, you can't really see that crack anyway. It's really nice apart from that. But yeah, the fact that they've... we've got the Point Blank demo in there as well. The fact that we've got, let's say, the Point Blank sticker on it, you know, I'm loath to sort of take that off. And if I did, I'd probably wreck the sticker anyway. And the disc is, yeah, it's not a mark on that disc. That is as good as the copy I owned back in the day, apart from the crack in the case. So really pleased to have that back. And again, this is one that sort of stands out because, again, it reminds me of a time when I was working for somebody that really paid me very little and basically groomed us to work for him. He was very, very, called you son, you know, and you felt you were part of a family, but you weren't. You were just earning his family shit tons of money and not getting paid a lot yourself. And I remember I did I've told this before, but not for a long time, so I'll tell it again. I did a security job for a weekend for him because he owned loads of different buildings and stuff. So far away from what we actually did for him as our day jobs, he asked me if I'd work a weekend in this place, and just it was struggling to get someone to do security. So I did security in it, and the deal was you had to get up every 20 minutes, walk around, all the rest of it. I didn't because I got paid full course, so I thought, bollocks. I took a little CRT in my PlayStation and I played this that weekend and finished it. So yeah, I was, you could have robbed the place blind and I wouldn't have cared because I was playing Klonoa, Door to Phantomile. And that's the only reason really why it's nostalgic to me, is because I remember it was like a fuck you moment. You know what I mean? Like, no, fuck you, I'm going to play this game I've bought. And as I say, the price on that's just gone up and up and up. I really like it. I think it's, as I say, it's a really nice game. I like the level design. I like the way it plays. But moreover, it's a really nostalgic game for me. It's Klonoa. And the Wrecking Ball has turned up, so we showed your sister on the last video. Oh, look at the size of him now. Look at him. He's a right unit, aren't you? Hey, this is Eddie. He's an absolute unit. Look at the size of him. No wonder bloody 7-inch poos come out of him. I'm going to have to stop feeding you. You're too big. Hey, you're too big. Now this next one is known worldwide as the first sort of third-person shooter that we got, you know, massive, and it's Doom basically. I didn't play Doom until the PlayStation version. I didn't go to 16-bit micro, so and I didn't have computers that would play Doom because obviously it was PC to begin with. So the fact that it came out on the PlayStation, I was really pleased about it, and I had lots of time with this. Never completed it. Want to. I think I must have done about, I want to say 10 or 15 levels, something like that. I'm not sure how many there are in total. But I definitely had, what was it? Well, I had basically it's a password thing, isn't it, on this one, and it's really nice condition. This again, the manual really nice. I did pay a lot of money for this. I think it was about 25 quid, something like that. But it's a really nice condition copy. Yeah, the dual case, which is weird because they didn't have anything in the back of them anyway. But yeah, wanted the dual case one back, and that's as good as the one I owned back in the day. Enjoy Doom, like it. And I think I had Final Doom as well at one point, which is the sequel. But I like Doom, love playing it. Very atmospheric. I like the controls and everything for Doom. I think it plays really well. It was quite a challenge, especially later on. But like I said, I never completed it. I'm certain I never completed it, but I did have quite a few passwords, so I know I got a decent amount of distance into it. Doom. Now this one I picked up at the Birmingham Retro Market from a stall, and apparently this goes for a lot less than the original. I know that the original was a release title, and I always thought it looked quite interesting, but never bought it and never played it. And that's Loaded, but this is Reloaded. So Loaded goes for quite a bit, but this guy got this on his stand for a tenner, I think. Had a quick look at it. Case looked really nice, so I thought, yeah, I'll try that. And I'm sure Reloaded is technically the better game because it's surely it's bigger, better, faster, more, isn't it? They learnt a lot, and it's minty. This absolutely minty. Yeah, it's like brand new. There's not a scratch on the disc. And in the back, when I was opening this at the bar when we'd finished having a walk round, we were having a bit of a beer, and I opened the back of it, and I was like, "What's that?" And it's actually PlayStation Magazine, I think it is, official UK PlayStation Magazine demo disc in it. And this is the Beat 'em Up Special. So I'm not sure what's on that. I think this is the sleeve or something that came with it. No, that might just be a leaflet actually for that came with Doom. But yeah, there's a demo disc in the back of it, so that was a nice little bonus. As I say, don't know what's on that, so we'll have to have a look at it. But yeah, Reloaded. I like the comic sort of. It reminds me that on the front there, it definitely reminds me of Tank Girl. Yeah, as I say, I was interested in that when it first came out, but never really pulled the trigger on it. Never went to it. But we'll have a look at that and we'll see what we think. So yeah, that was one of the pickups again from the Birmingham market. Like I say, from that market, came home with quite a few games, but didn't go with the intention of picking anything up really. It was just a jolly, CJ and the lads. We'll talk about this behind us because again, back in the day, a system seller, again, a game that I can remember playing at UCI. Did you have a UCI near you, the cinema chain? Did I see you at UCI? We had a UCI at Crystal Peaks, which is just the top side of Sheffield where we used to go, and they'd got a Time Crisis machine in there. I used to play it a lot. And this is the original black label as well, so it's the one with the sort of the black side spine. Really nice condition. Again, these go for not a lot of money. I picked this up at the Retro Gaming Market, and this is the one I went for. I thought, because I got the gun, I've not got any light gun games, I thought I've got to get Time Crisis back first. Put a lot of time into this, completed it. Such a good game. Point Blank, I never actually got into Point Blank. And again, this is a really nice crisp copy, really nice minty. That manual's really nice and shiny. If you can see the sheen on it, beautiful. And obviously the game's in the PS2 behind me. But yeah, Time Crisis. What can I tell you? That sort of duck and cover and get up and shoot, brilliant game. Never played it in the arcade because it costs you a bastard fortune. But obviously we've got the ability here to keep putting credits in, haven't we? But yeah. Really enjoyed that, and the consequent sequel, which came out as well for the original PlayStation, which was Project Titan. Now I had to buy that off eBay, but it was £8. £8, and actually it's a really nice. It'd be prime for a case swap. That's a really nice case, but more of the same. And I know I did play this back in. I don't think I completed this one, or I might have. I don't know, but I know I definitely had it. And it sort of builds on what Time Crisis did. It's not Time Crisis 2, but it's kind of a compendium to Time Crisis, if you know what I mean. Did play it, as I say, really enjoyed it, and I thought, well, I'll get that back as well. But, you know, for less than 10 quid, you're buying retro games for less than 10 quid. Time Crisis and that for less than 20 quid. Fucking hell. No brainer, man. It's no brainer. Again, this next one reminds me of that time when I was instructing and I'd got days where I could just be at home on my own. And I can remember I used to put this in the morning. Now, last used to go to work. I used to pull the settee round to the CRT, because we probably had a CRT like that in the living room at that point. So I'd drag the settee right up to it, and I'd sit there and I would play Resident Evil 2. I had never played the first game. Still to this day, never played it. Played Nemesis, and I think I might get that back because I never finished Nemesis, but I finished this. So yeah, I can remember playing this, and the day just used to go like that. I'd sort of take a break for lunch, and before I knew it, it was 10 to 5, and I'd supposed to have got the tea on. And I was like, shit, put the settee back, get the tea on quick. So as she come through the door, I was like, hello, you all right? Have you had a good day? Whew. 8 hours would just go bang like that, and it'd just disappear. As I'd a thumb this manual, so a little bit crispy. Just a little bit of crunch and a little bit of crisp, but yeah, Resident Evil 2. Again, lots of memories with that one, and I know basically it became a thing and a movie franchise, which I do like. I've got all those on Blu-ray, and yeah, it just became huge, didn't it? You know, and still is to this day. Massive following for Resident Evil, and rightly so. And such a good game for the PlayStation. Again, that probably sold loads of PlayStations, you know, along with the original and then the subsequent releases for it, the sequels. Now this one again, I had this for the longest time. I had it in the loft. I would consider it a hidden gem. A lot of people who I've talked to don't know about this game. You know, what's that? And it did have a sequel on the PlayStation, which I'm going to get, because I've never played the PlayStation 2, which I never played. I'm going to get that. But it's Sledstorm. Really like this. It's got a rocking soundtrack on it, Rob Zombie and some other bands, but yeah, really hardcore sort of metal sort of music on it. But I like it as a racer. I think it's a nice manual. It's really thick and heavy, that as well. Chowker dazzling donkeys. So you're basically racing snowmobiles. That's fucking brand new. Look at that. Fucking brand new. And again, this was at the retro gaming market, and I thought, I've got to pick up Sledstorm again. I recommended it to some other tubers who've bought it as well and enjoyed it. But what I like about this one is there are some like secret shortcuts and stuff. So because I like a snowboarding game, this basically scratches that itch, but it's a little bit more, you know, you're on something with an engine in it, you know. But yeah, so little secret pathways that you might not know, sort of shortcuts and stuff like that on the tracks. But yeah, really like that. It's not anything than just a quick pick up and blast for 10 minutes type game. But yeah, I don't know. I really like Sledstorm. I think it plays well. I think it handles really well. Looks good and sounds good. You know, what more do you want? And I think that were a tenner. That was the guy that was stalling out next to Dana. Sorry, mate, if you're watching this, hello. If you watch it, I'm not aware. But yeah, he was the guy there, and I didn't even bid him on it. It was a tenner. I said, oh, I'll take that, because I'm pretty certain the last time I bought this off eBay it were 20 quid. Pretty certain it were a 20 quid game. But this is yeah, really nice and minty. So good to have it back. Now this was the poor man's Sega Rally back in the day. It's V-Rally. Of course it is. As I say, poor man's Sega Rally for the PlayStation. It does play well, but it's not Sega Rally. I like it. I like the way it looks. I like the way it handles and stuff. But as I say, it just didn't tap into that grittiness, that raw handleability. I'm struggling for the word. But you know how Sega Rally feels. I've always said this. You can feel the gravel under the tyres. It's just something in it. It's magic. I don't know what Sega did, but it's absolute fucking magic. And although V-Rally is a good game, and the consequent releases after, the sequels, are good games, it's never really got there for me. Saturn and Sega Rally is better, in my opinion. But still good games, you know what I mean? They're all good, and I did enjoy it in the past. But yeah, had to get that back again. I think that was an eBay purchase for about £4. It's really cheap, but yeah, needed to get that back. PlayStation 2, finally, PlayStation 2. Is this doing anything? Is it just showing you? Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Xenomorphs. Did you watch Alien Earth on Netflix? Fucking hell, that were good. And not the xenomorphs, there are other creatures in that are fucking way scarier. How can an eye with tentacles be scarier than a xenomorph? Fucking watch that. Yeah, really enjoyed that actually. It was a new sort of take on the Alien franchise. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Alien Earth on Netflix, brilliant. Was Netflix, wasn't it? We've got Netflix and we've got Prime here, so yeah, it was or was it? No, I think it was Disney Plus. Might have been Disney Plus. Just don't buy Netflix and expect to see it. Yeah, it was Disney, wasn't it? But anyway, really good. Really love the Alien stuff. I always liked it. Looks pretty cool, actually. That looks really nice. Yeah. We'll have to see. We'll have to have an Alien Trilogy, Alien Resurrection game off and see if it plays better. Yeah, it was good, that. Alien Resurrection, though, as a film, it's shocking. It's dog shit. I'm sorry, but it's one of those within a series of films that I just go, no, doesn't exist. The fact that they regrew Ripley in a petri dish and fucking she's part alien. Nah. I'm sure she took it on because she thought, well, that's different. That's, you know. I can remember at end of Alien 3 being really upset because she dies. And I was like, well, how come that's it? No more Alien films. And then they released this and fuck off. Anyway, next one is a game that I've sat on for donkey's years. I was gifted this by Rasmus. Rastendo or Ninrasmus or whatever it's called these days. Hello, Raz. Our friend from Sweden. And he gifted me this. It's Tourist Trophy because he knows I'm a bit of a biker. I like my motorbikes. And it's Tourist Trophy for the PS2, fully complete. Basically like Gran Turismo, but with motorbikes for this one. You can choose a hell of a lot of different bikes on it. The problem with motorbike games, though, is I find that they're harder than actually riding a motorcycle. So riding a bike is pretty easy compared to controlling one. They always seem to make it really easy to fall off. It's not that easy to fall off a motorbike. As long as you're on power and you're moving forward, you're not going to fall over. But on these, they seem to make it really easy for you to come off them. I don't know why. Anyway, thanks for that, Raz. I don't know if I ever showed that back in the day, but I've shown it again even if I didn't. So, cool. Long time ago, that's been with me for the longest time, That's been with me. I don't know. Raz, tell me how long it's been since you sent me that. Or gifted me that. Now this one I bought through pure just interest because it's a Shinobi game and it is Shinobi. I don't know, this is the Japanese version, so I don't know the full title, but this was nice and cheap. I believe on PAL it's a little bit more expensive, but it was nice and cheap off eBay, and I thought, well, you know, who doesn't like a Shinobi game? I certainly do, and it's absolutely minty inside. And it's more of the same. It plays a little bit like Devil May Cry, this though. You kind of first person perspective and you're running around and you're slashing and you're hacking. A lot of slashing and hacking. I haven't put much time into it. I basically just plugged it in to make sure it worked. And yeah, it looks really cool. So I thought, well, have a go at that. It's Shinobi. As I say, first Japanese one. Now this is a PAL title and it's very light because there's no manual in it. Now I bought this from... Did I buy this from... I think this came from eBay, but it was Music Magpie. And it's a bit of a gamble with those guys. I've got a whole saga with The Force Unleashed on PS3 through them. I've actually got like 3 copies of it because they just kept sending me copies without manuals. You've not checked. I've got one without manual. It's listed as manual. Can I have another one? Oh, don't worry about it. Keep that. We'll send you another one. Comes without manual. Fucking 3 times they did it to me. 3 fucking times. And this came through. I got this pretty cheap, and that's why I decided to keep it. and it's SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1. Now this does bring a lot of money, but it's as I say, I got this pretty cheap, and it's not complete, so it's not got its manual with it, but it plays and it's got its disc with it. So I thought, do you know what? I'll keep hold of it because, as I say, it's only going up in value because there's some fucking stellar SNK on here. So you've got Art of Fighting, Baseball Stars 2, Burning Fight, Fatal Fury, King of Monsters, Last Resort, Magician Lord, Metal Slug, Neo Turf Masters, Samurai Showdown, Sengoku, Shock Troopers, Super Sidekicks 3, King of Fighters 94, Top Hunter, World Heroes. That's a fucking list. That's a list of SNK games. So yeah, worth having. As I say, bit gutted about the manual, but the price I paid for it was I'm sure it was at least 25 quid less than what it goes for. So we'll keep it as it is, and it's a PAL copy as well. So as I say, that brings a premium. Now this one, I've kept hold of this as well. I've had this for the longest time because it contains the anime movie, and it's Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, the Anniversary Edition. This is PAL, this one, because as I say, it's got within that disc, minty as well. PlayStation 2 games really seem to be lasting well, don't they? Providing the manual's kept nice and safe, they keep like new. So it's got the anime movie in it as well, which is unlike the actual live character version that bloody Kylie was in. Is actually really quite good. I like the anime version. It says here, look, includes Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, and it is. It's if you like anime, it's definitely worth watching. It's really good. So that's why that's been around. I never got rid of that. I think I paid probably pennies for that. I seem to believe or remember that I got this from the Leeds Retro Market when it was in the town hall years ago. I think I picked this up. Years ago, I'm sure it was one of the first times, but as I say, never got culled because I do like the film, and you can play it. You know, as I say, it's DVD, so you can play it and watch it. But yeah, again, Hyper Fighting, it's Street Fighter. What can I tell you? You know, all the Street Fighters are great. There's nothing I can say. It's pretty good. Now this one. Yeah, I'm not sure why this is here. I think again I was pissed on a Sunday night watching some YouTube and someone showed it. I know that it's regarded. I can't remember what I paid for it. I've had this ages, but it's the Bouncer, Squaresoft. So you can pretty much guarantee that it's a good game. And I haven't put this in yet. I'm surprised to see it here. Actually, I couldn't even remember that I'd got it. So it's the Bouncer. I believe it's a brawler, isn't it? It's a beat 'em up. Yeah. So obviously it'll stick to the usual format. Somebody nicks your girlfriend, runs off with you, and you have to get her back, or something like that. But yeah, cool artwork like that, especially for a PAL game. The only thing that let the PAL PS2 down, in my opinion, is the spines all being the same. All being white spines. But such a library of games, PS2. Jesus Christ! How many is it? Is it? I want to say 6,000 games. Probably isn't. I don't know. Is it 3,000 games or something? I don't know. Huge amounts of games. Still the most successful console ever sold. I'm pretty certain that's fact. Or am I chatting shit? Probably. No, I think that's fact, but the fact that I missed out on it back in the day is criminal. But yeah, I'm sure that's well regarded. It was probably Champion 2D Rob. Hello Rob again. Because it's a fighter that made me go and buy it. But yeah, the Bouncer. We'll have a look at that. Next one is Shoot 'em Up. Got to have some, and it's R-Type Final. Plays really well. Again, it's one of those games that. It looks like a generation beyond PS2, a little bit like Gradius 5. It just looks so nice, it's stunning, but it is great. It is Final Fight. Oh, I'm getting a bit fucking tired now. It is R-Type Final, so it is an R-Type game, and it plays exactly like all the other R-Type games, but it just looks great, As I say, it looks like a system beyond the PS2. a real challenge. Again, probably got to about the 3rd level on it, and then you know, I just have to peg it because I'm fucking rubbish. But a joy to look at. Just to look at it is a joy. This next one, I've not actually played this. I remember buying this to test the PS2 Slim when I first bought it. I just looked for the cheapest game that was listed. Thought, well, that'll do because it's motorbikes. It's Crescent Suzuki Racing. I think I saw Joe Gaming Girlie show this on a video recently and say that she's bought this because she's into motorbikes and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, Joe. I don't think she watches me, but is it any good? Did you like it? She just plays like a survival horror as far as I can see, but yeah, she likes her motorbikes, and because it's Suzuki, she bought it. But I think that was like £2 delivered, something ridiculous, and I just wanted a disc to play the system and just to test the system, and that's what I ended up with. Never actually played it, so again, we'll have a look at that. With all this stuff, you know, there are continuations of franchises. So with Ridge Racer, had to get this. I'm shit with Roman numerals, but I believe that's Ridge Racer 5. And IV had before. I don't know. Anyway, it's either Ridge Racer 4 or Ridge Racer 5. I think it's Ridge Racer 5. And absolutely mintalicious, like brand new condition. Again, more of the same. You know, drifting. It's Ridge Racer. What do you want me to say? It's Ridge Racer. It's Ridge Racer. And fuck off. I'm not saying anything else. Now this one, I've not de-stickered this. Should we de-sticker it together? But it's Metal Gear Solid 2. Again, as I say, if you're into the franchise, what are you doing? Let's de-sticker it together. The good thing about CEX stickers, he says, and now it's probably going to peel off and be an absolute nightmare, is they peel off really easily. These guys have definitely got their shit together. When it comes to stickers, they leave no residue, providing you get them off, like I say, nice and steady. I tend to, with the round ones, I tend to sort of start, I'll go around with my thumbnail and sort of start lifting it a little bit. You're a fucking nightmare, you. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, but they peel off so easily. And very, very rarely do they need any extra encouragement, so they don't leave glue behind all the rest of it. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. I've never played it. I've put it in, and I've gone through the first bit where you're on the boat and you know, it's pissing down with rain. But it's fully complete, this as well. So we've got the game and we've got the extra disc as well. That's got loads of extras on it. Manuals in there, and it's also got its little bumf pamphlet behind it as well. Anyway, I'll not take it out, but yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2. I know, never played it. I know. It's ridiculous because I've got such fond memories of Metal Gear Solid, and this was bigger, better, faster, more. I really need to play it and finish it. I really need to, but like I said, long format games, long play format games, I really struggle with because I have very limited time. I always promise myself I've got certain games. Put it this way. Over there, I've got The Last of Us 2 sealed that I bought on the week of release, and promised myself that I would wait until I had the time to play it, and it's still there. I haven't played it, and if Last of Us 3 comes out on PS5, I'm gonna have to go to it, and that will be the only reason I buy a PS5 as well. Love it. Love the first game. I've watched the series on TV, and yeah, I really like that. Again, it's one of those games that drew me in straight away. We'll talk about that in next videos anyway. But yeah, again, like that, it's one of those games where I thought I'll leave that until I've got the time. Probably gonna have to be retired, you know, but I'll probably not have the motor skills or the reflexes to play it at that point. So I need to get my shit together, man. But again, bought this one on the strength of the fact that it's, you know, motorbikes and trucks, and it's Paris-Dakar Rally. You know, and I thought that looks like fun. I think it was £1, £1.50, something like that. I thought that looks like fun. I'll buy that. Oh look, it was originally £11.99. As you can tell, I've not actually opened it or played it or anything. It looks brand new, to be quite honest. I'll say if I'd have lifted this out, ooh, There's a little sticker on there that says voided, warranty voided. Who put them on then? If removed. Fucking taking that off because it's half removed as it is. We'll do that in another time because it's going a bit papery. But yeah, Paris-Dakar Rally again, into out like that. So I thought it looked like fun, and it was cheap. So I thought I'll pick it up and we'll have a go at it. Not played it. Again, this next one is very much like that. I think again this was a YouTuber recommendation. I'm pretty certain someone told me about this or showed it and was talking about it, and it's Onimusha Blade Warriors. This is the PAL copy. It's Capcom. It's going to be hack and slash. I've not played it, I know. Get your shit together, Darren. This is why I'm going to go away again for a bit, you know, probably in the new year. I've got loads of time in December. I'll probably do a couple of videos, but I want to sink some time into my games and actually get to play the stuff. It's no point sitting here showing it you know, oh look what I've got, and then just not fucking playing it. What's the point in that, you know? I've pretty much got most things now that I want, really. The pickups will be very few and far between moving forward. You have to think of something else to show you. It may even be that we do like go back through them all that I've shown, you know, en masse, one at a time, and just do a bit of gameplay and stuff like that on them. But I don't know. But I have got most things that I want. Don't want to get into that point again where I've got hundreds of games that I'm not playing. I mean, Eddie, get off the sticker. The the Xbox is a perfect example. I've still got a massive bag for life of Xbox games up in the loft because I've thinned it out. In fact, that's in here. I might show that next. I might show Xbox collection. Oh shit, that's stuck for some reason. It's about 25 games. I might show that, but yeah, I've pretty much got everything I need really. Oh, that's another thing. Into I need to show you the 8-bit system, the 8-bit micro that I've got. That might be at Christmas as well, but stuff like this, you know, I see it and I think, oh, that looks really good, and I buy it and I put it to one side to play it, and then don't. You know, that's something I've really got to work on. I've got to fucking play my shit because I'm not a collector. I'm not. I know it looks like I am, but I'm not. I'm a gamer at heart, and this sort of side of it is literally. Just to be part of the community and because I like to chat to people that are into it, you know, into this stuff, and I've met some fucking brilliant people, you know, and I want to continue to interact with them and stuff. But this all's got, you know, it's got a finite amount that you can do, hasn't it, before you've got your room full of shit. Maximo is the spiritual successor to Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and I omitted that from my video, my Nintendo video I just done. I do have Super Ghouls and Ghosts. It's in there. It's in the back. I can't reach it. But yeah, I keep forgetting to show that. Probably because it's a love-hate relationship with Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Fucking hell, it brutalises you. I have played this. I've gone through at least 3 levels, and it's compared to Super Ghouls and Ghosts, this is a piece of piss. But it's really fun. It's definitely got nods, really minty as well. And I know there's a sequel to this. I don't know if there's 2 or 3 Maximo games. I know there's another one for sure. But yeah, it's a big nod to Ghouls and Ghosts and Super Ghouls and Ghosts. But it's a really good game. This is the PAL copy. Obviously, it's available on Japanese. But I think with PlayStation, unless it's really expensive on PAL and I can get it a lot cheaper on Japanese, I will do that. Or if the artwork is so much better on Japanese, then I will go with that. But yeah, great game, Maximo. As I say, I've played through like 2 or 3 levels and thought, this is pretty easy, this. And I think, I don't know why I stopped playing it, probably because I got into doing something else with another system or whatever, but I will return to it, and I think I could pretty much beat this quite easily. But yeah, good game. As I say, more of a nostalgic nod to the original Ghouls and Ghosts games. And that's it for PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. I have got PS3 and PS4. I know it's not retro and I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. We may show it, we might not. I don't know. We'll see. We might roll it into another video. Because there is some Xbox 360 as well that I've still got. And Xbox. So the Xbox 360, although it's small, might roll that into the Xbox. But yeah, PS4 and PS3, not sure if that's worth showing. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see that. But yeah, we'll crack on here. We'll get off on holiday, and I'll see you when I get back. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening, as always. Really appreciate it. I know I don't always say it, but I do really appreciate it. And we'll catch you in that next one. Bye now.